As we look at it, we've got to take care of the home court and take care of our division, and then we'll worry about what's going on outside our division. We really didn't address the fact that we should have been much better defensively. And I really don't want to dwell on the past, but I think you need to learn from that. We need to address the fact that the home court is very important to us, but again, it all starts at the defensive end, and trust me, these guys have been putting a big-time conscious effort from day one in addressing that, and I think we're certainly not going to be 29th, and I'd be shocked if we're not going to be in the middle of the pack when it's all said and done at the end of the season. I've always found that whenever you add a player of significance, for us it was the number 6 pick, but anytime you add that plus a favor, dealing with someone from a different country, there's a lot of intrigue to that. But you'll find out from him, he's very engaging, he's got a great smile, he's a nice young man, and that I think there's going to be a lot, and I've told the players this, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be advantageous to them, things they're going to see for the first time, the activity that is going to be surrounding us everywhere we go, even at home games, and we've got to relish that and know that we've got a lot of expectations to live up to. One of the things that has been asked quite a bit were the expectations of our team, and I'm not going to sit here today and say, well, we need to win so many games for it to be successful or what are our expectations, but I will tell you, going into my 5th season, I told the players this on Monday, it's the best, it's the deepest and most talented team I've had in 5 years, and going into my last season, going into the situation that all of us are facing, of all the teams I have, this is the team that I think not only is going to be good for this year, but for the next 4, 5, 6 years. And so if we're rolling out the dice, the most wins we've ever had is 41. And I think we're much more talented and a much deeper team that we should exceed those goals. It's interesting you brought that up. I saw that was a question that was based yesterday. We can put an end to it. He's 19 years old. His passport states that. I've always answered the question. I always will, and I'll defend what happened yesterday. I think he was caught off guard because it was a question that I don't think he was ready to answer, in the sense that he is 19 years old. That's the way it is, and hopefully we can move on from the age situation. There was a lot of good things that were asked yesterday, and that seemed to be the most important thing, and I'm not really sure why.
Well, he says no comment. If he just says I'm 19, it goes away in a second.
Yeah, and I understand that part of it. And again, I think hopefully you guys give him the benefit of the doubt that it's a question that was given about Ersan. It was a question that's been given about Odin with the beard. Mutombo is sometimes 95 years old, they've established. So any time that you're dealing with someone tall, someone foreign, there's different ages that are thrown around there. There isn't too many foreign players that have come over here that it's not been asked. And unfortunately, the comment that was made, if you asked him again today, it probably is different. But I can tell you from our standpoint, it's 19. If you just look at him as physically, his presence, the way he is, I mean, he's a young man, and 19 is what he is. I think Larry's the one. I mean, he's going to orchestrate it all. Is the team built for defense? I think we've added some defensive players. I still think it comes in the mentality of each individual player to want to be better. It starts out front with Mo and Michael. Obviously, we know Charlie Bell's a good defender. Obviously, we know Desmond Mason. We have elements, we have pieces that are defensive players, but the players are going to play the majority of the minutes. They're going to be starters, are going to have to accept the responsibility. I think Andrew's going to be a better team defender, but it starts individually, and then we've got to do a better job of defending as a team and defending the ball and understand the priority and challenging shots and doing things that good defensive teams do. And one of the stats, and I'm not a big stat guy, that was pointed out to me, we finished 29th in the league, which you can't get worse. So the only way to go is up. And you'll see around the building here, there's a lot of things that are focused on defense. It's not just something that we just want to see on a billboard and hopefully it'll just absorb like osmosis. But we realized that we were 29th in the league. If we'd have made 2 stops on an average, 2 stops every game, we would have gone to 45, 45 and a half. So, and if we're somewhere in the 45, 46, we're going to be in the middle of the pack, and I think that's the progress that we need to make. Yeah, you know what? I just think his maturity. I think that's his maturity level at this point. Having played with the Olympic team, I think he understands what it is to play around great players, and that the great players elevate the players around them and make them better. And so he knows he can score 57 a game. He knows he can average 30 if he wanted to. But he's also found out that sometimes that's detrimental, that we're not able to promote and develop some of the other things that we need to do. So we've challenged to be better defensively, be a high assist guy, be a 5 or 6 average rebound guy, and really complement his game entirely.